It's a beautiful night for baseball, and live from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, Sportsnet LA presents the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Miami Marlins in Game 3 of this 4-game series. Hi again, everybody. Charlie Steiner, Nomar Garcia-Parra. Yasiel Puig's not going to play tonight. Sore back is precautionary more than anything else. He is available to pinch hit if need be. Two teams heading in different directions. The Marlins have lost 19 of their last 23. The Dodgers now 7 over 500. They've got the best home record in the National League after Alex Wood, another terrific performance last night. He's 5-0. His ERA 1.88. It's the second lowest left-handed starter MLB ERA this year. And tonight's going to be Julio Urias, Dan Straley. We'll get to that. But first, last night on the Friday night fireworks.
Yeah, and they weren't just in the air. There were definitely some fireworks on the field, and it really happened late in the game. And here's exactly what happened. Cody Bellinger hitting his 8th home run. Yes, I said that. 8th home run so far in his Major League career. And the very next pitch, A.J. Ramos comes in and hits Brett Eibner. Ross Stripling protecting his teammates, throws behind Giancarlo Stanton. And that's when the benches come out, and there were a few words exchanged. There was a little scuffle there, but at the same time, in the heat of the moment, that's part of baseball, and we'll see if it's over today.
Now about tonight's pitching matchup. Julio Urias goes for the Dodgers. His home ERA is .79. Dan Straley going for the Marlins. Opponents are hitting just 160 against him. Back with the lineups and first pitch right after this. better drives us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome inside Dodger Stadium. I'm Kelly Tennant. Versatility is the name of the game for the Dodgers, so it's important that they have a guy like Kike Hernandez, who has played 7 positions this season, starting at right field today. When I talked to Dave Roberts about it earlier, he said, wait a second, he's played 7 positions already this season? He didn't even realize just how versatile this guy is, but he said, all jokes aside, Kike's been very important to what we've been able to do. We're playing with the 4-man bench. To be able to have the double switch, really important as well. And the fact that he can bat anywhere in the order, I can move him around anytime and he still finds success, guys.
Kike will start in right field and bat 8th tonight as the Dodgers are about ready to take the field. Here's the lineup put together by Don Mattingly and brought to you by Honda. First, we will show you just a few minutes ago. Mattingly and Bob Guerin were involved right in the middle of that brouhaha last night. They're exchanging the lineup cards just now. No harm, no foul. And let's take a look now at the lineup put together by the Marlins' Don Mattingly as Urias takes the field and he's ready to make his 5th start of the year. It's going to be D. Gordon leading it off, to be followed by Christian Yelich and Marcell Ozuna. Giancarlo Stanton in the cleanup spot, and Justin Bour a home run last night, hitting 5th at first. JT Realmuto is the catcher, Derek Dietrich at third base, JT Riddle the shortstop, Dan Straley pitching and batting 9th, and Urias, if there's been an issue, it's been strikeouts and walks.
It has, and like any pitcher will say, it's all about my command. You know, if I have my command, I feel like I'm really on. If I don't, then I'm in trouble, and I think that holds the same for Julio Urias. But I think the stat, when you look at the bottom there, at home with a .79 ERA and a 139 batting average against, he loves being at home. He has success here. I also think he works really well with Yasmani Grandal. I think there are times when Julio Urias likes to be a little bit too fine and too perfect on the corners where he's getting just off. And Grandal does an excellent job bringing him back on the plate and letting him know, trust your stuff, because you have really good stuff.
And Grandal, one other note about the season that he has had to this point. Yasmani hitting .286, but he has also thrown out 9 of 19 would-be base stealers. So here are the Dodgers, a season-high 7 games over 500. The Rockies were beaten today, so if the Dodgers can beat the Marlins, they'll move back to within 1 of first place. The Marlins, on the other hand, are a season-low 13 games under 500. They've lost 19 of their last 23, and it has been anything but a very merry month of May. They're 3 up and 15 down. Last year, of course, the Marlins beat the Dodgers 6 out of 7. The Dodgers have taken the first 2 games of the series by identical scores of 7-2. So here's Urias, his 5th start of the year, and the first pitch is a line drive base hit into center field. So a quick start for Gordon and the Marlins.
Center fielder number 21, Christian Yelich.
Well, D. Gordon not wasting any time, looking that first pitch down the middle, taking it right back down up the middle. He's 2 for 3 in last night's game. Also got hit by a pitch. He's been hit by a pitch in 3 consecutive games, so I think he was going, I'm not waiting around for that. I'm just going to take it right back up the middle and get on with a base hit.
Gordon has stolen 12 out of 14. Now Christian Yelich stepping in. Yelich at .266, 6 home runs and 21 runs batted in. And of course, he grew up around these parts and enjoys coming back and playing at Dodger Stadium. Yelich out of Westlake, graduated high school in 2010. Just underway, beautiful night, 84 degrees at game time. Urias set. Delivers a strike, and it's 0-1.
We'll see if D. Gordon, we always know he's thinking about stealing a base. We'll see if he's going to attempt one, especially with Julio Urias on the mound and a very good pickoff move over to first.
0-1.
Hey, how you hold that?
Ozuna on deck and Stanton to follow. And the Rockies lost today, and so the Dodgers can move to within a game with a win tonight. Here's the 0-1 outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. For the Marlins, it's really been a tough go. It has been 40 innings since the Marlins have had a lead at the end of an inning. They've lost 5 on the road, 10 of 12. And a throw that just tips off the glove of Gonzalez, or that could have been big trouble. Urias is, no more mention, has a great pickoff move. And delivers homeward outside. 2-1 to Christian Yelich. Giancarlo Stanton right in the middle of it last night. Ozuna on deck, and then Giancarlo. Control an issue for Urias to this point in the season. 21 innings and 11 walks. And now he's fallen behind Yelich, 3-1. Urias turns 21 in August. There goes Gordon. Pitches low ball 4, and the Marlins are in business here in the first.
Left fielder number 13, Marcell Ozuna.
Six pitches, 4 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and nobody out. Ozuna with 11 home runs, 29 runs batted in. 2 hits and bounced into 2 double plays last night. He's done well recently on the road.
And the Dodgers turned 4 double plays total in last night's game. And Alex Wood did a tremendous job getting that, once again, getting ground balls. Coming in with a 63% ground ball average coming into his start. The Dodgers could use a double play right now.
Ozuna takes high, 1 ball, no strikes. It's been 41 plate appearances since Marcell Ozuna has either hit a home run or knocked in a run. Great speed on the bases with Gordon at second and Yelich at first. And Urias having trouble with the strike zone. Adrian Gonzalez going to go over and try to settle him down a bit. Sometimes we tend to forget Urias is 20. Stanton and Bohr to follow. Two balls and a strike. Dana DeMuth, the crew chief, is behind the plate tonight in his 33rd big league season. Ozuna has 47 hits on the year, but little power recently. And there's another strike. 2-2. It's been almost 2 weeks since Ozuna's had a run batted in. 2-2. In the dirt, the runners will advance, and Urias is in big trouble now.
Well, we talked about Urias, some of the issues is where he tries to be too fine on the corners. Well, that hasn't been the issue here. He just hasn't been able to find the strike zone. He's been all over, up, down, in and out, in the dirt. Really just trying to find his rhythm and release point right about now. And you're talking about the Marlins. Coming into today's game, they're 0 for 13 with runners in scoring position so far in the series.
But they've got second and third and nobody out. And Urias loads the bases, back-to-back walks. A first pitch of the game single for Gordon. He's at third, Yelich at second, Ozuna at first, and Stanton coming up. And Stanton has feasted against left-handed pitching. And before things get too out of hand, Rick Honeycutt's going to go out and talk with Urias. What is there to say?
Well, just trying to calm him down, getting in this moment, and also making sure that Urias and Grandal are on the same page, understand what they want to do with Giancarlo Stanton in this situation, because I'm sure the scouting report to begin with was, let's try to pitch to him when there's nobody on base, or let's make sure we get guys out so he doesn't hurt you. Well, that's out the door, so now you really got to be together on how you want to attack him in this situation. And also, it'll remind the infield about what they want to do. You know, corners possibly in, going home, or staying back, guys up the middle, double play, things like that.
So here's Stanton with the bases loaded. 11 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Seager to second, on to first, not in time. So Stanton, the infield out. Gordon comes in to score, and the Marlins draw first blood. It's 1-0.
Well, we've known Giancarlo Stanton for hitting the ball hard. This one just wasn't hit hard, so it was really difficult for a double play for the Dodgers. Made every effort, did everything right. He was just hustling down the line.
So first and third, one out, and Justin Bour coming up. Bour at 265 with 10 home runs, and a home run in each of the first two games of the series. Low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. If the Dodgers can get out of this inning just surrendering 1 run, it becomes almost a moral victory for them. Yelich and Ozuna the base, or rather Stanton the base runners. And a strike to Bour, and it's 1-1. A single, 2 walks, a fielder's choice. Miami an early 1-0 lead. The 1-1 to second base. This should be a double play. There's 1 and 2. Bour doesn't run all that well. Utley to Seager to Gonzalez, and the inning is over. So the Dodgers, well, it could have been worse. The Marlins, though, thinking about the possibility of a replay request. That's Tim Wallach talking to his film room in the clubhouse. Will there be a replay or not? And the answer is thanks, but no thanks. Dodgers come up in the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0. Chase Utley in the leadoff spot for the third time this year. Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, then the middle of the lineup, Grandal, Gonzalez, and Chris Taylor has been red hot. Peterson in center, Kike Hernandez in right, Julio Urias pitching and batting ninth, and they're facing the 28-year-old right-hander Dan Straley.
Well, Dan Straley coming into this game has the highest opponent's batting average against in the National League. His first inning average against is .040. Yeah, I said that right, .040 just in the first inning. Right-handers are hitting 151, left-handers 172. He's had a tremendous season so far. 4 no decisions where he's only given up 3 runs.
And Utley on the first pitch, grounds to Bohr. Very close play. 1 out and nobody on. One other note about Straley, and he's given up 1 base hit in the first inning all year.
Corey Seager.
And when you look at the opponent's batting average against at 160, he's doing it beyond the first inning. And like I was mentioning, I mean, just 4 no decisions. And in those no decisions, he was going 7 innings, a couple of over 5, and only allowed 3 earned runs combined in those 4 starts.
Corey Seager takes a strike. Seager at .294, 6 home runs and 21 runs batted in. Corey a single, a double, and a walk last night. Takes low. And it's 1-1. Lefties are hitting 172 against Straley. Righties hitting 151. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cody Bellinger on deck. And it's 2-2. Dan Straley, 6'1", 220. He's 28 years old as Seager grounds it foul. Came up with the Athletics in 2012. Then to the Cubs and Astros and Reds. Originally a 24th round pick of the Oakland Athletics in 2009. And right now he's pitching about as well as he ever has. Seager down on strikes. Here's 2 gone.
The fielder, number 35, Cody Bellinger.
Dan Straley misses his spot. You see the catcher, Real Muto, looking for that ball in. That goes over the middle of the plate. He gets away with it, gets a swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Now Cody Bellinger, 8 home runs, 23 runs batted in. When he hit his home run last night, he became the fastest Dodger to reach 8 home runs, having done it in just his first 23 games. No balls, 2 strikes. Puig had been the fastest to reach 8 home runs. Back when he showed up in 2013, he hit his first 8 in 27 games. So Bellinger ahead of that frenetic pace. And Straley strikes him out on 3 pitches, retiring the Dodgers in order. And for the first time in 41 innings, the Marlins have a lead after the end of an inning. at the Coors Light cold hard facts, and clearly the Dodgers love California cuisine. Only the Orioles have a better home record than the Dodgers do. Arizona's off to a good start at home. Yankees and Rangers, but they're the Dodgers at 15-6 and hitting .281 at home. The Dodgers at 25-18 overall, 7 games over 500. That equals a season high. Now Urias, who struggled in the first, got out of it giving up but 1 run. Begins with JT Realmuto in the second and missing inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, 17 pitches to this point and only 7 strikes. 2 balls, no strikes.
We were talking about last inning. He's trying to find it with all of his pitches. And right there we saw a curveball that he missed in the dirt. The changeup that he missed with. He's upset with himself. It's telling you that he's just not feeling it so far.
There's a strike. On 2-1 with Dietrich on deck. Backhanded at third by Taylor, firing a strike and getting Realmuto first out of the second.
Well, we're going to take a look at our Volkswagen replay, and it's Chris Taylor down the line, backhanding it and showing off the arm, gunning across. Knew he had time because of that strong arm.
Of course, Justin Turner remains on the disabled list. Logan Forsythe expected to return to the Dodgers on Tuesday and play primarily at third. And then it'll be Taylor and Utley platooning at second until the return of Turner. Dietrich, 1 ball, no strikes, hitting .213 with a home run and 9 runs batted in, but it's hit well against lefties. One ball, 1 strike. So Urias looking to find a rhythm, and to this point it's been somewhat elusive. Here's the 1-1. Pass Gonzalez rolling to the corner. Dietrich runs well. He's on his way to third base, and the throw is not going to be in time. Derek Dietrich with his second 3-base hit of the year.
Shortstop number 39, JT Riddle.
He stays back well on this ball, and he just drives it past the diving Gonzalez. And when it went down there down the line, I was watching Kike Hernandez get to it. I was like, you better get it in quickly because of the speed of Dietrich.
Now Riddle with the Dodgers bringing the infield in. Marlins already up 1. Riddle's got a home run and 5 runs batted in and takes a strike. It's 0-1. Kike Hernandez making his second start of the season in right field. Puig out with a sore back. Robert saying before the game, precautionary more than anything else. And the 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes to JT Riddle. He's filling in while Adeiny Echeverria is out with the dreaded oblique. Dietrich, who is at third and playing third base for Martin Prado, who's out with a bad hamstring. Now the 0-2. Off to the left and out of play. Dan Straley, the pitcher, hitless in 10 at-bats on deck. So Urias would dearly love to get Riddle out of there. Outfield straightaway. Riddle but a .216 hitter. Grounded in the hole into left field for a base hit. It was like a drop shot volley. Just stuck his bat out, and it found the seam between Taylor and Seager, and the Marlins take a 2-0 lead.
Pitcher number 58, Dan Straley.
We're going to take a look at our Audi pitch cast. As you see where Grandal once again wanting that ball in, it goes down the way. It was out of the zone. You see that it was a ball, but he still manages to get the bat on the ball and find a hole.
And the Marlins take a 2-0 lead.
It helps when you have the infield in, when you have a man on the third. Dodgers choose to bring him in. And now he's looking for that double play ball again.
Straley is 0 for 10, squaring to bunt. He's got 3 sacrifices. And it's 0-1. "28 pitches in. And only 16 strikes for Urias. The bunt out in front. There's only one play, and that's to first. And for a moment, third base was left vacant. Riddle goes to second on the sacrifice. There's 2 out.
Number 9, D. Gordon.
Well, Grandal, he gets to this ball quickly. He might have had a chance at second. And then they would have had a chance at the double play to get them, but he was upset with himself, and then now third base, because everybody was going toward that ball. You had a third baseman going to it. You had Urias going to it. Grandal.
And now D. Gordon with 2 out. And an early Marlins 2-0 lead. A run in the first, a run here in the second. First pitch of the game, Gordon singled into center. Takes outside and low, 1 ball and no strikes. Gordon's at 258. No home runs, 5 runs batted in. One and 1 to D. Gordon. D is now 29. Made his Dodger debut in 2011. 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back in 2008, 9 years ago now, Gordon was a 4th round pick. Made his major league debut in Philadelphia. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he just gets a piece of it. On the night of his major league debut, his dad, Tom Flash Gordon, watched it in the booth with us. And watching a dad watch his son make his major league debut with tears rolling down his cheeks was a wonderfully poignant moment. On 1 and 2. Do it again. Boy, his dad could pitch.
He was a fun teammate as well.
Flash was one of those guys who was as nice and soft-spoken as you could possibly be until about the 6th inning. And then there was this transformation. And watching him pace back and forth in the bullpen, waiting for his moment. On 1 and 2. Low and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I asked D yesterday, is your father going to be? He said no. My sister's getting married.
I haven't followed how's brother Nick. His brother was a first rounder.
Twins, wasn't it?
Yes. He's probably thinking he's going to go see Nick play.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 3 again. Urias having difficulty finding any sort of rhythm to this point in the game. Professor Honeycutt watching his students struggle. 3-2, 2 out. A 2-0 Marlin lead. And we're just in the second. And Gordon bloops one into center field for a base hit. Riddle is on his way home to score. And it is now a 3-0 Marlin lead. This is not going well for Julio Urias.
Well, we saw Riddle just kind of place that ball in between short and third when he was up, and then D. Gordon just placing that ball right over the shortstop's head.
And it's 3 runs and 4 hits for the Marlins, who left Dodger Stadium last night with a bitter taste and a loss. There goes Gordon. Pitches a strike. The throw to second base is not in time. So Gordon has stolen his 13th base of the year. And the Dodgers early on are playing on their heels.
Good time to go. He just went first movement. And the reason I say good time to go, because you have a pitcher on the mound who's struggling. You just did a good job getting that base hit, RBI. Pitcher's a little frustrated, is thinking about, I'm not throwing strikes. Let me focus on that. Let me get back. Not really worried about you as much, or not thinking about you as much in the bases. He takes off.
Already the 39th pitch, and it's a call strike to Yelich, and it's 0-2. So Urias down 3 and about to throw his 40th pitch, and we're not done with the second inning yet. There goes Gordon, swinging a foul back. D likely would have had that base stolen as well. Marcell Ozuna is on deck. Yelich at 266. And it's 0-2. Line into the glove of Chris Taylor. If he doesn't make that catch, he's drinking soup for a month. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Dodgers. base, pick up and play MLB action, packed with all your favorite MLB teams, players, ballparks, and so much more. Get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and mobile devices. Learn more at rbigame.com. Yasmani Grandal will lead it off. Grandal has been hot in his last 14. He's hitting over 400. Gonzalez and Taylor to follow, and a two-hopper to Gordon. Nice easy play, and that is the first out of the second. Meanwhile, Straley's making it look easy.
He did a good job striking out Corey Seager in that first inning, and then strikes out Cody Bellinger just on 3 pitches. He comes in. He always had a good slider throughout his career, but it's even more impressive this year. He's getting more swings and misses on that slider. And he's got a command of his fastball. That one was a changeup that he was able to get a ground ball on. So he uses all of his pitches and uses them well.
Adrian Gonzalez on the first pitch he sees grounds to first, and there's 2 out. Urias huffing and puffing through the first 2 innings. And Straley has thrown but 13 pitches and retired 5 batters.
And you know, it's funny you say that, is Chris Taylor probably taking his time to get to the batter's box for that reason. You know, you got your own pitcher working hard out there, having trouble finding the strike zone, and you got quick outs here, so you're going, okay, I got to give him a little bit of rest.
Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. What a year Taylor has had to this point. 346, 5 home runs. And last night, Chris, a single, a double, and a home run. And an on-base percentage of .452. Takes outside. 2 balls and a strike. Now it's 3-1. Thank you, sir. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Taylor with Jock Peterson on deck. Dodgers and Marlins will wrap it up tomorrow. First pitch at 1:10. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We know for sure Brandon McCarthy is going to pitch for the Dodgers. The Marlins have not announced their pick. The suspicion is it's Vance Worley, who was just called up today. Despaigne was set out. The 3-2 inside, ball 4. So Taylor works out a walk, and he's the first Dodger base runner of the night.
Center fielder, number 31, Jock Peterson.
Jock Peterson at 2:06. Jock has done well recently against the Marlins on the year. He had a home run and knocked in 5 on opening day. Has 5 RBIs since then. Kike Hernandez on deck. Taylor leads from first. And Straley misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Kike Hernandez hitting 8th and starting in right field tonight. He's on deck. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jock Peterson. Taylor back easily. Dan Straley has 4 no decisions this year, which goes to explain his 1-3 record. But in those no decisions, his ERA is 1.11. Talk about no luck. 1-2. And the 160 batting average against, the second lowest in the majors. Second only to Irvin Santana. He's held opponents to a 144 average. Foul back to the left.
Talked about Julio Urias trying to find a rhythm in this game, having a little trouble. Well, Jock Peterson is also trying to find a rhythm with his swing. It just hasn't been as consistent as he would like to be.
Getting 206. Check his swing. Yes. That's third base umpire Carlos Torres. He's the first Venezuelan born major league umpire. Two and two with 2 out. And a 3-0 Marlin lead. Looped down the left field line and one hopped into the stands. Dodgers will finally get a day off on Monday. Just their second since April the 20th. There's a lot of dry cleaning that's going to be delivered on Monday. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 out. Peterson down on strikes. Straley has fanned 3. No runs, no hits, a walk, and a man left. 3-0 Marlins as we head to the 3rd.
Stadium, it's Pups at the Park Day. You can't get any better than Hershiser the Bulldog. But I'm here with my sweet friend Hazel. She's being such a good girl for us, but it was an amazing day. A ton of fans brought their dogs to the park. They had a parade on the field before the game started. So if you're a fan, take advantage of this next year because the dog seems to really enjoy being around here and all the interaction, Charlie.
3 dog night. Well, in this case, about 10,000 dog night here at Dodger Stadium. We go to the 3rd and walk carefully wherever you go. Ozuna. 1 ball and no strikes. Now, what if there's a line drive?
Got to catch it. Question is, who do you protect first?
How about the catch last night in the stands?
No, that was
With
great.
the hat?
She didn't even realize she had it in her hat.
There were three people. One guy, woman in the middle, another guy. All three were trying to catch the ball with their caps. And she did. And
well, like I said, if you're here with your dog and your significant other, loved one, you'll see who they love more with line drive, who they protect, right?
a dog day afternoon and night. Check swing. 2-1 to Ozuna, who walked in his first at bat. 3 runs and 4 hits for the Marlins. Been a struggle through the first 2 innings for Urias. Missing high. So Julio still trying to find his sea legs out there. To third, backhanded stab on an odd hop, and Taylor throws high, and Gonzalez's foot off the bag. Yasmani Grandal said, hold the phone. I saw it another way. Now they're going to look into the dugout. Dave Roberts saying we'll pass on the replay.
It was close.
Number 27,
But I think that also might be one where if they really looked at it a long time, it'd be stands. At the same time, it's just Ozuna getting down the line, hustling.
He runs well. Stanton stepping in. And to this point, nothing going right for Urias. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Taylor made a nifty play on an odd hop with a lot of topspin. But the throw just a couple inches too high for Gonzalez. And Ozuna with the lead at first. Justin Bour on deck. Stanton, the fielder's choice RBI in his first at bat. Knocking in his 28th run of the season. There's Justin Bour, and he's had a home run in each of the last 2 games. That was a half-hearted swing.
Best pitch we've seen by Urias so far. I mean, that ball started off in the strike zone. It had some good break. It was in a hitter's count, 2-0. That's why you got that swing right there, because it looked like a fastball, looked like it was going to be a strike.
And it turned out to be neither. Outside corner, 2-2.
And we've been noticing the problems with the command. And it's not just the walks, but also getting behind in the count, especially to these big hitters. I mean, so far, he's of the 13 batters he's faced, he's been behind in the count on 8 of them.
2-2 to Stanton. Stanton a quiet 256. 11 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Of course, he is the face of the Marlins franchise and is signed through the new millennium. 3-2. Stanton's big year was 2014 with 37 home runs and 105 runs batted in. Career batting average of 266. And a balk. Paul Narrett and Chris Guccione, first and second base umpires, pointing coincidentally.
They were asking about what he did, and they were saying that his foot went across. Watch his foot. I know it was a high leg kick, but he's saying that the foot went past the pitcher's mound. which is tough to see from the angles that we have, but that's what Paul Narrant was saying.
3-2. Drilled foul into the loge. Of course, when Stanton hits them, and hits them good, he hits them real far and real fast. Three and two, still nobody out here in the third. Into right, Kike Hernandez. He's not going to get it. Bounces off the wall. Ozuna scores easily, and Stanton arrives at second base with a double. And now the Marlins have a 4-0 lead.
Number 41, Justin Moore.
When he came up to bat, Charlie, you said he's hitting a quiet 250, but his base hits are always loud, and this ball going the other way. I mean, that ball on the outer half, even his lower half was out in front a little bit, but he is so strong. And that ball just had some unbelievable carry to right field.
So it's 4-0. And Urias continues to struggle. There's still nobody out here in the third. And Bohr takes a strike. It's 0-1. Real Muto on deck. Nothing in 2 to Justin Bohr. Bohr's doing a little better against left-handed pitching this year than he did last. Last year, 223 against lefties. This year, 286. Bounced into a double play in his first at-bat. And now the 0-2. Outside and low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Real Muto on deck. Ozuna. Got a board on the throwing error by Taylor. And Bohr bangs a single into right center field. Stanton is on his way home. And he will score easily as the ball between Hernandez and Peterson is misplayed. Bohr goes to second. And the Marlins have a 5-0 lead.
I was talking about Giancarlo Stanton and his power being out in front. Justin Bohr just reaching out. We saw Riddle reach out and get a base hit just barely through the infield. We saw D. Gordon kind of reach out and hit it just over the shortstop. Justin Bohr reaches out and he drives that in the gap for a double. Sorry, they gave that a single with an error on Jock Peterson.
Yeah. 5 runs and 6 hits now for the Marlins, and Real Muto coming up, and he bounced to third. 58 labor-intensive pitches for Urias tonight. Still nobody out in the third. A run in the first, 2 in the second, 2 more here in the third inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Fascinating, the Dodgers starting rotation. Their stocks, they go up and they go down. They go up and they go down. Wood and Kershaw have been consistently up. Boy, what a performance Kershaw turned in. In San Francisco, a 3-hit shutout over 7. Wood last night. Maeda, he'll be up later this week from his stint on the DL. McCarthy goes tomorrow. And you see the kind of effort Urias has turned in to this point. There's still nobody out in the third. Now, having said all that, the Dodgers team ERA for their starters, 3.43, the second lowest in the league. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The overall ERA, there's Maeda. Dodger team ERA 3.28 is the lowest in the league. Two and 2 to Real Muto. 3 and 2. Urias just can't quite find it.
No, he really has been all over the place. You know, a lot of times, sometimes you can say, I just don't have that one pitch. One pitch wasn't working for me. But it's been all of his pitches so far.
And a walk, the third walk given up by Urias. And he's beginning to hear it.
Number 32, Derek Dietrich.
And the Dodger bullpen is about ready to go to work. Luis Avalon. And Rick Honeycutt's going to go out and buy him some time. Avalon's becoming the latter-day, everyday Eddie Guardado. He's up every day. Just been one of those nights for Urias. And Avalon going to work. Bullpen coach Josh Bard behind him. And Dana Demuth said, all right, fellas, about enough. Not a whole lot to say out there when a pitcher like that's struggling.
And it's only if maybe Rick Honeycutt maybe might see something mechanically that he sees from the side that he may be doing. But even if that's the case, doesn't mean it's easy to correct either.
On the fly, yeah. Derek Dietrich, nothing in one. Dietrich tripled and scored a run in his first at bat. Nobody out in the top of the third, and this is the 17th batter. 16th batter that Urias has faced. Foul back. And it's 0-2. JT Riddle on deck, and then Dan Straley. D. Gordon on the first pitch of the game singled into center field. And it has been all Marlins since then. And the 0-2. Dietrich takes high and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I don't know about the release point, but his landing point has been all over the place. Into center field. Peterson going back, way back, and he leaps and makes the catch against the wall. First out of the third, and a loud out at that.
Well, that's worth the Carl's Cam replay as this ball was struck well. Jock Peterson doing an excellent job keeping his eye on the ball the entire time and also knowing where he is once he hits that warning track. Knowing that he still had a couple of steps, stays with it. He makes a fine catch, and the Dodgers are still not out of this one by any means.
JT Riddle singled and scored a run and drove in a run in his first at bat. He's able to check his swing according to Carlos Torres. 1 ball, no strikes. Straley on deck. Boers at second. Real Muto's at first. And it is now 1 ball and 1 strike to JT Riddle. Riddle out of Kentucky. The 13th round pick 5 years ago of the Marlins. He lines up base hit headed toward the right field corner. Boer will score. Real Muto's on his way home, and he will score. Now going to third base on the play is Riddle. It is 7-0 Marlins.
Well, the Marlins have hit the ball everywhere. They've hit it to left field, to right field, down the line. It's not just a matter of finding holes. They're hitting the ball hard. The Dodgers getting this relay in. JT Riddle did an excellent job, not only just hitting that double, but recognizing the throw to home and taking the extra base and getting to third.
Urias faced 17 batters and gave up 7 runs and 7 hits. Luis Avalon coming in out of the bullpen. By the Ram 1500 Rebel. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. And by Jack in the Box. Come try the new guacamole and bacon chicken sandwich only at Jack in the Box. New pitcher Luis Avalon making his 21st appearance, 2.25 ERA, and he enters the game with Riddle at third, 1 man out, 4 runs in, 7-0 Marlins. Julio Urias, his worst appearance as a big leaguer. First time he's ever given up 7 runs.
Coming off his last start where he gave up a career high 6 runs. His last couple of outings.
And again, walks have also been part of all of that. 3 walks, no strikeouts tonight. Straley takes low, 2-0. Urias entered the game with a .343 earned run average. He leaves it tonight 5.40. The squeeze is on. Thank you. Oh, look at that spin move. Oh, but he was out of the baseline. Dana Dubuque immediately signaled Riddle out. Suicide squeeze, and Riddle was DOA.
Yep, because he had already established the baseline. And then goes out of it.
2 balls and a strike and 2 out. And Straley fouls it off. That's one of those plays. You're up 7. The other guys, in this case the Dodgers, are on their heels. You're playing with house money. Why not?
And you got your pitcher up there. It's early in the game. Don Manley was upset for a 3-0 swing of 5 runs in the 7th.
Straley down on strikes. That ends the inning. But it wasn't pretty. 4 more for the Marlins. They lead 7-0 after 2.5. In the paper or heard the news, Tommy Lasorda's under the weather in the hospital, resting comfortably, and I'm sure Tommy is watching tonight. Omar and me and all of us, get out of there in a hurry, will you? 1988, 1981. The skipper, Tommy Lasorda. Kike Hernandez leads off in the bottom of the 3rd. Dodgers trail by 7. And Straley delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Avalon will bat for himself as Kike fouls it off to the right. And it's 0-2. Kike is hit all over the lineup this year, and he's down on strikes for Straley. That's the 4th strikeout of the game, and there's 1 out and nobody on in the 3rd.
Number 43, Luis Avila.
And with Urias' early departure, just 2 1/3 innings. Avalon getting a rare chance to hit. Second time he's had a bat in his hand this year. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's well hit to center field. A long run for Yelich, but he will track it down. Boy, did he cover some ground. Now let's take a look at the Land Rover Performance Spotlight. Father Time still hasn't laid a hand on Chase Utley. Oldest player to start a game in the leadoff spot this year. In fact, it's the third time he's done that this season. Chase Utley, off to the awful start this year, is at 051. But now, as he steps into the batter's box, 213.
Logan Forsythe going on the DL. Chase Utley got a little bit more playing time on a regular basis and seems to have found his swing. It's not easy to be an everyday player and then all of a sudden go into a new role where you're just spot starting, being a utility guy. That was supposed to be his role for the Dodgers last year, but due to injuries, Andre Ethier, you had Howie Kendrick going to the outfield, so he found more playing time at second base. And this year now, getting a little bit more playing time with Logan Forsythe on the shelf.
Forsythe due back on Tuesday, and when he arrives, he'll likely spend most of his time at third base until Justin Turner and his hamstring get healthy. So Utley and Chris Taylor will split time at second base. At least that's the operative theory at the moment. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Utley, who bounced to first in his first at-bat. Puig came out of the game in the 4th inning last night. Check swing, his lower back stiffened up on him. Dodgers aren't terribly worried about it. They're going to give him the night off after that no matter what. He's available to pinch hit if need be. Utley takes a call, 3rd strike. That's that. Dodgers still looking for their first hit. The Marlins have a 7-0 lead as we head to the 4th.
Look at Agon's first ever rehab assignment with the Quakes. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers presented by Hankook Tires, Thursday at 5:30 p.m. on Sportsnet LA.
We head to the 4th, and it's been all Marlins all the time to this point. 7 runs and 7 hits. The Dodgers have had 1 base runner, a 2-out walk to Taylor in the 2nd. Luis Avalon, after Urias was KO'd in the 3rd. And here is Gordon taking a strike. It's 0-1. D is 2 for 2. And a run batted in and a stolen base. Nearly gets hit. We don't need any more of that. 1-1.
I told you he's been hit in 3 consecutive games, so nearly his 4th.
Gordon has been hit 7 times on the year. Just like Justin Turner from the right side stands practically on top of the plate. And Turner was hit 7 times, and the bumps and bruises aren't what got to Turner. It was the hamstring. Dodgers hopeful he'll be back in a couple of weeks. Gordon down on strikes. Avalons faced 2 batters and struck them both out. First out of the 4th.
Christian Yelich.
Yelich has walked and lined out. Well, prior to the game, everybody was still talking about the square dance out in the middle of the field last night. There was a lot of do-si-doing and a lot of trash talking and some pushing and shoving. Don Mattingly and Bob Guerin were right in the middle of all of it. 1-0. Yelich takes inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Take us through what led to all of that. Bellinger had hit the home run.
Well, it's really his fault. No, but Bellinger just nice, great homer, his 8th of the season. Goes the other way. You got A.J. Ramos, their closer, coming in the game, getting some working because he hadn't pitched in quite a while. And Bellinger, the home run, and then the very first pitch. After that, Brett Eibner's up to the plate. He gets one in the ribs.
It wasn't just a breaking ball in the ribs.
No,
it was 95.
It was a fastball right in the ribs. So then after that, he takes his base, not too happy. You can say bad timing or whatever for it, but it looked like there was some intent with that fastball up in the ribs of Eibner. And Giancarlo Stanton steps into the box. Very first pitch, it goes behind him by Ross Stripling. He gets tossed. They start talking, John, and both benches come out. And then I think the real action was between Don Mattingly and Bob Guerin. So there's really 3 ejections yesterday. It was Bob Guerin, Don Mattingly, and Ross Stripling. I mean, he was immediately ejected after that ball went behind Giancarlo Stanton.
The postscript to all of that was in the post game. 3-2. Yelich takes inside, ball 4. And what Matting was saying after the game, he was angry that Corey Seager had the temerity to swing at a 3-0 pitch in a 5-0 deficit, and that seemed to light the Marlins' fuse.
Yeah, and make no mistake that the hit by Eibner getting hit doesn't correlate with that 3-0 pitch, but Don Mattingly was making the point, like, well, yeah, okay, that may not have been right or looks bad, but on the flip side, the Dodgers look bad swinging at a 3-0 pitch in the 7th inning when they were up 5-0, and that was Don Mattingly's point about bringing that up. My point, I'm going, well, 3-0 in the 7th inning, it was only, and I say only 5-0, because you got 6 outs left, and you also have a lineup that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. And as a matter of fact, in that 8th inning, you look at it, they were 2 swings away to possibly making a 1-run game. They had 2 guys on, and they had guys, their power, Ozuna, and then Stanton, and then Bohr. But you have Ozuna and Stanton coming up.
Ozuna takes high. And it's 1-1.
So it really wasn't a big lead. I mean, realistically, in two hits.
This is a 3-0 pitch from last night.
You know, all right, 3-0, swings at it. Wasn't like his spun around, helmet coming off.
1 ball, 1 strike. And a little chopper up the third base line, and the Dodgers can only hope it'll go foul.
And it does. That's all you can do. You wait. Watch it, and then it hits the lip of the grass, and then it goes foul. You're like, all right, everyone's going to be safe no matter what. Okay, watch the runners. Let's watch the ball. Now.
1-2. So the baseball protocol of swinging at 3-0 or not swinging at 3-0 at what point in the game, at what score? Again, as you point out, it was 5 runs with this.
It was the 7, and some people believe, well, it's different if it's a grand, 4-run lead, like it's close because of a grand slam. And you're thinking about, okay, they might think in Dodger bullpen. I think that was more to just frustration on Don Manley's part.
Into left field for a base hit. This has been the Marlins' night, gaining a measure of revenge. They've got first and second, 1 out. Ozuna's second hit of the night. And Stanton coming up.
But I think that him saying that was a bit of frustration because of the way his team is playing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, that game, like I said, it didn't feel like, oh, the Dodgers were just in unbelievable control. They were playing well.
Now Stanton, 1 for 2, and a line drive into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Scoring is Yelich. Ozuna will hold at third, and Stanton with his second double of the night and his third run batted in. It is 8-0 Marlins.
See, Charlie, even look at this game is a little bit different feel compared to yesterday's game when there's a 5-0 lead going in the 7th. I mean, this one you see the way the pitching staff is. Your starter Urias struggling to throw strikes. They're swinging the bat. They're scoring runs left and right. This is a little bit different than what yesterday was going on.
Which is why it came as such a surprise to you and me. We were talking to Mo before the game. Didn't even realize it was when Seager swung at 3-0 that it was 3-0. B, it was such a significant margin that it was an uncalled for swing. And then looking back and listening to what Mattingly said after the game, it was like, did I miss something?
And also, if the pitcher, and a lot of times there's that competition between the pitcher hitter, and if the pitcher had an issue with it at that moment, Seager fouled the ball off. If you wanted to send a message, you could have sent the message then, right then and there. So that didn't happen. And like I said, A.J. Ramos wasn't sending a message because of that 3-0 pitch. I'll tell you that right now. He was just mad that he gave up a home run and he was in that game. So that's, like I said, those two things are two different.
Justin Bour, a ball to strike, in and out. Takes inside.
But I also thought it was handled well. And what I mean by that is Ross Stripling was supposed to protect his players, send a message, didn't hit him, kept the ball down, didn't throw it up, kept it below the belt. Bench is clear. There was some scuffling. The points were made, and then go back to baseball.
Dodgers won for the second consecutive night by the same score, 7-2. But the Marlins gaining some revenge tonight, leading it 8-0.
And also, I give Giancarlo Stanton, he also did it right as well. I mean, yes, he's upset. He was thrown at him, throw low, but he didn't just directly go rushing out at Ross Stripling as well. He was jawing, he was talking, he has to do what he did. And like I said, I just thought it was handled the right way, and points were made, done, back to baseball.
And Stanton, such a menacing presence, all he had to do was take 2 steps out. Bour is down on strikes. Second out of the 4th. And of course, you can't help but understand, wonder, think about the fact that Stanton, who was so badly hit by a pitch a few years back, is
that's why I said it was done right, because you saw where the pitch was. It was below his belt. It wasn't up above his belt.
So Dave Roberts is coming out. Luis Avalon is heading back. And Josh Fields is heading in on this dog day afternoon, turning into evening. 17 innings. An ERA of about a half a buck, and opponents hitting just 200 against him while striking out 22. He's walked only 4. But this has been a night that the Marlins have controlled from the first pitch of the game. It is 8-0. And Real Muto is up with second and third. 2 out and a run in. The Marlins have scored a run in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and 1 here in the fourth. Real Muto is grounded out, walked, scored a run. Every Marlin hitter either has a walk or a run scored. One and 0. Real Muto takes inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Well, because of the abbreviated start for Urias tonight, just 2 1/3 innings. Dave Roberts is going to have to be judicious in how he uses his bullpen. The only mitigating circumstance is finally Monday there's a day off. But getting through tonight and hoping that McCarthy can give him some length tomorrow. 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes. So a manager just doesn't manage this given game. He's got the big picture he must deal with as well. Real Muto on 3-0. Takes a strike, 3-1.
Oftentimes that's why you have your long man in the bullpen, and you're thinking, okay, games like this where you might need him when the starter gets taken out early. But he's also, you know, that was Ross Stripling, I guess you could say, would be your long man right now in the bullpen. You know, he was in the game. He didn't throw a lot of pitches because he also got thrown out of the game. But at the same time, too, it's one of those where he might also play, say, okay, I got guys, pieces in there, but I'll just limit their pitches. You know, there's just kind of a number in their head that they know where they feel guys can come back the next day when they're needed.
3 balls, a strike, and 2 outs. Second and third, and a base hit into right. And for the Marlins, the hits just keep on coming. Ozuna scores. Stanton is held at third. It is now 9-0 Miami.
Third baseman, Derek Dietrich.
When you look at the 9-0 for the Marlins, and there have been a couple of soft hit balls, but most of them have been hard. Just like that. I mean, that ball was hit really hard into the hole.
They've got 9 runs, 10 hits, and the Dodgers have given up 4 walks. Dietrich, first ball swinging, popping it behind the plate. Grandal will make the play, and that will end the inning. Marlins come up with a couple of more and lead it 9-0 after 3½.
getting lost in this Marlin offense has been the hitless performance of Dan Straley. He's been using all his pitches extremely well, keeping the Dodger hitters off balance. Tremendous movement. Yeah, 9 runs on the board for him, but he has been unhittable thus far.
And coming into the game, Straley had been given a total of 19 runs to work with all year over 8 starts. Well, feels like he died and went to heaven. He's been given 9.
Probably thinking, I hope they can save some of these for my next start.
Opponents hitting just 160 against him. And so you look at his record, 1-3. How's that possible? Well, he's got 4 no decisions, and in those starts, his ERA is 1.11. 3-1 to Seager beginning the bottom half of the 4th. Bellinger and Grandal to follow. And a leadoff walk for Corey Seager in the 4th inning. Second walk given up by Straley, who's still yet to give up a hit. Ain't no bull. Bellinger a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. 8 home runs, 23 runs batted in. So Cody Bellinger has 8 home runs in 23 games. His dad had 12 home runs in 183 games. Played Bellinger, played parts of 3 big league seasons, utility player with the Yankees, but most of his career at Double and Triple A. But Cody off to the blazing start, a ball and 2 strikes. Grandal on deck. And the 1-2 on the way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bellinger came up on April 25th, and since that time he leads the National League in home runs and RBIs. And a fly ball into short left. Ozuna, that's the first out of the 4th.
Number 9, Yasmani Grandal.
Grandal stepping in. He bounced to second base in his first at-bat. You always hear this hooey about announcers and whether or not to mention a no-hitter or not. What if you're announcing for the other team?
Yeah, it doesn't count apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can say it. You're okay.
Straley's working on a no-hitter, everybody. Grandal, 1 ball, no strikes. That's one of those things, I'm sorry, I have never understood.
That it's your fault?
Yeah. No runs, no hits. Through 3 2/3. There's a strike. 1-1. There are sheep herders in Botswana who have iPhones, and they see, ooh, there may be a no-hitter going on. If they talk about it,
and they break up, and the no-hitter's gone, it's their fault.
well, and the sheep
Absolutely.
will keel over and die. 1-2 to Grandal, who bloops 1 to third. 2 out.
Charlie, I don't know if the sheep will die, but it's definitely his fault.
23, Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, they'll turn into a nice new sweater. Adrian Gonzalez coming up. Second game back after his first stint on the DL. Did not play last night. Bounced to first in his first at-bat tonight. There's a strike, and it's 0-1.
And when you look at this game, you're going, this is Adrian Gonzalez's just second at-bat of the game. When you look at the Marlins lineup, they've all, pretty much everybody, except for the bottom two, have had 3 at-bats already.
Stanton 2 for 3, 3 RBIs. Every Marlin has scored at least 1 run. Oh, 2, 2 out. And Straley has complete control over the Dodgers through 4. No hitter. We'll go to the 5th, 9-0 Miami. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyota time is going on right now. Get incredible deals on a fuel-efficient RAV4 hybrid. And by Energy Upgrade California. As we head to the 5th, 9 runs and 10 hits for the Marlins. Dodgers, no runs and 2 walks. That's the sum total of their offense against Dan Straley, who has been sensational. Just 55 pitches through the first 4 innings. 36 of them for strikes, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, and no hits. JT Riddle, a backup shortstop, filling in for the injured Danny Echeverria, left-handed hitter. Not wasting any time. Skies one to right center field. And out of here. Ten to nothing. Well, Riddle tonight. Home run, double, single, 3 for 3, and 4 runs batted in. And Straley has got a 10-run cushion and a no-hitter. Kind of like his chances tonight. Nothing and 2. Marlins came into the game having lost 5 in a row, a season low or high depending one's perspective. 13 games under 500, Straley down. First out of the 5th. Marlins 3-15 in the month of May. But on the Pups in the Park night here at Dodger Stadium, every dog has its day, and the Marlins winning by 10. D. Gordon, 2 for 3 and a run scored. A little roller up the first base line. This is going to be trouble. And just a perfect little soft toss by Field. That was the only way he was going to be able to get Gordon.
Well, that's not an easy play, and also for Adrian Gonzalez to hang in there, because as a first baseman, you see the guy coming down the line, you see where the ball's going, and you're going, and that's right into the runner. It's a scary feeling and kind of a helpless feeling, but you stay with it and avoid the speedy D. Gordon.
2 out, and Christian Yelich coming up. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Yelich tonight has walked twice, scored once, and lined to short. Yelich comes home, and it's a ball and a strike. Out of Westlake. Stanton, 2 batters away from Notre Dame High School. In the hole at short, backhanded by Seager, and he throws at Yelich. That'll end the inning. But J.T. Riddle's 2nd home run of the year, as the Marlins up 10-0. Pups in the Park on Saturday night. For the Dodgers, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the Cardinals are in, and then for Memorial Day weekend, the Cubs are in town. The NLCS rematch, the only regular season visit of the Cubs to Dodger Stadium. Pedro Baez going to work in the Dodger bullpen now. Taylor leading it off in the bottom of the 5th. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Chris Taylor, who's walked in his only at-bat. Straley on 1-1. Grounded to 3rd. That's Dietrich. And that's the first out of the 5th.
Center fielder.
Dodgers have 2 base runners tonight, a couple of walks, one to Taylor, one to Seager. And here's Peterson, who struck out in his first at-bat. Dan Straley in 2009 was a 24th round pick of the Oakland Athletics. Marlins got him for 3 young pitchers: Luis Castillo, Austin Bryce, and Isaiah White. That was over the winter, and what a deal that's turned out to be. 2-1 to Peterson. Marlins 10 runs and 11 hits. And Peterson skies it into short left center. Ozuna to gone. What is Straley doing that has the Dodgers so confused?
He's got a really good slider. First of all, we knew that coming in there. So it actually, his slider looks like a fastball. He's got good release. He's got a release point for the same thing for his slider, his curve on his changeup, but the slider comes out like the fastball, and it's got a good late break to it. He's got good command of his fastball right now. He's also got late break on his curveball too, and he's hitting his spots.
Kike Hernandez takes a strike, 0-1. Hernandez a strikeout victim in his first at bat.
I say he's hitting his spots there. He missed one, but still was able to get away with it.
Well hit to left center. There goes the no-hitter. There goes the shutout. Kike Hernandez, his 3rd home run of the year. It is 10-1.
Just talking about Dan Straley able to hit his spot with all his pitches. The pitch before he missed it, but got the strike. Kike took the pitch, was down the middle. He tries to come back with it again. This time he doesn't take it, and he does not miss.
And boys and girls, that's why you bring your glove to the ballpark. Nice catch out there. Sixth home run of the season surrendered by Straley. This is Gutierrez pinch hitting for Josh Fields, with Pedro Baez continuing to warm in the Dodger bullpen. Dodger pinch hitters this year have been uncommonly good. As a team, they're hitting .321 with 3 pinch hit home runs and 16 runs batted in. One and two, high and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Dave Roberts, with all the mixing and matching he has done this year, has used more pinch hitters than any other team in baseball. 2-2 to Gutierrez. He's down on strikes, and that will end the inning. 1 run, 1 hit. The Kike Hernandez home run. 10-1 Marlins. Brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Pedro Baez on to pitch as we head to the 6th. Baez, a really solid season to this point, his 17th appearance. He has struck out 15. He has walked 10, however, but a 127 opponent's batting average. So Baez is the 4th Dodger pitcher of the night. Urias struggled, done after 2 1/3. Gave up 7 runs, 6 earned. Avalon, Fields, and now Baez. Marcell Ozuna has 2 hits and 2 runs scored, but he hasn't hit a home run or driven in a run in about 2 weeks. 0-1. For Ozuna, it's now 44 plate appearances, and this is a guy with 11 home runs and 29 runs batted in, but he stalled out over the past couple of weeks. 0-2. Stanton and Bohr to pitch here in the 6th. Now the 0-2. The Reds routed the Rockies tonight, 12-4. Giants in 13 with a rain delay thrown into the middle. 3-1 winners over the Cardinals. Ozuna is done, and that's the first out of the 6th.
Number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Now here's Stanton. Well, no leftovers from last night.
Not that we've seen.
Stanton, of course. They threw behind him in the inning following Brett Eibner taking a fastball to the ribs after Seager had the temerity to swing on a 3-0 pitch, and Bellinger would hit a home run. And then the tempers became short. A ball, a strike, and an out here in the 6th. 1-2. Justin Bohr on deck. Two balls, 2 strikes. In the last 11 games in which the Marlins have gone 1-10, they had a collective batting average of .222 and an earned run average of .566. Well, tonight they've got 10 runs and 11 hits, and Straley's given up 1 run and 1 hit. When Stanton strikes it, he hits it as hard as anybody, and he's on his way to second base, and he will slide in with his 3rd double of the night. They talk about certain players where you can close your eyes and hear the crack of the bat and know who hit it. He's one of them.
And it's a tough read for an outfielder because he hit it so. I mean, this ball is hit on the line. Look how low it comes off his bat, and you're thinking most of the time as a center fielder, you got a good view and you see the ball coming into the zone. You can see the trajectory of the ball. And for Jock, he's going, this is carrying over my head. Most of the time, 98% of the time, he's not running back, and that ball is carrying out of the way that angle was coming off of his bat, but it is just hit so hard by Giancarlo Stanton that it carries over his head for another double.
3 doubles tonight, 1 to left, 1 to center, and 1 to right. 12 hits on the night for the Marlins. And Justin Bour, who's homered in each of the first 2 games of this 4-game set, takes low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, on this Saturday night, the Marlins have turned into sharks. Taking a bite out of the Dodgers, and Dodgers leading pitching staff getting cuffed around. One ball, 1 strike. Baez at 97 miles an hour. Real Muto on deck. One and 2. Seventh inning stretch down in San Diego, and the Diamondbacks have an 8-0 lead. Giants won, Rockies lost. Now 2 and 2. Stanton leading from second. 10-1 Marlins. Baez missing outside. It's 3 and 2. One gone in the 6th. Into center. Right at Peterson. Second out of the 6th inning.
Number 11, AT LAN.
So the Dodgers have used Avalon, Fields, and Baez. They still have Hatcher, Romo, Stripling, and Jansen. Hatcher pitched last night, so did Stripling. Had a call strike, 0-1 to Real Muto. This is one of those nights where the Dodgers will lose the battle to win the eventual war, barring something terribly unforeseen. There's a strike. The Marlins have walked 4 times, and there have been 9 3-ball counts. Strike 3. Realmuto's done. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left after 5.5. It is 10-1 every night here at Dodger Stadium. Feast on Dodger dogs.
Now for the game summary brought to you by Morongo Casino. Giancarlo Stanton, so far 3 doubles with 3 RBIs. JT Riddle having a night. Single, double, home run, 4 RBIs, just like Chris Taylor, a triple shy of a cycle. And Dan Straley, it took the Dodgers 5 innings to finally get their first hit off of him.
Los Angeles Straley News. Chase Utley leads it off in the bottom of the 6th. And Chase is 0 for 2. 6 of the 9 Marlin hitters have been to the plate 4 times. This is Utley's 3rd at-bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chase has bounced out and has been struck out. Very first pitch of the game, D. Gordon lined a single into center. And really at no point tonight, Julio Urias seemed to have his sea legs. So he had given up 7 runs, 6 earned in just 2 1/3 innings. And through 71 pitches in 2 1/3. So Dave Roberts had to make a move, and he's going inning by inning with his bullpen. Not to overtax them, and hopefully be available tomorrow. And a fly ball into right. Stanton is there.
Shortstop, Corey Seager.
Now Seager, who has struck out and walked. Dodgers with that 1 run of their only hit, a Kike Hernandez home run in the 5th. Seager 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Bellinger on deck and Grandal to follow, and Seager fouls it back. It's 1-1. Straley, who came into the game, opponents hitting 160 against him, amazingly just looking for his 2nd win. But at no time really has he been tested tonight. Two walks, 5 strikeouts. He's given up a run and a hit. And Seager bloops it down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Hit the line, bounced into the stands. And for Corey Seager, his 12th double of the year.
Sometimes all you need is just good placement. And that ball wasn't hit hard. We've been talking about Dan Straley and his nights. Really just one ball has been hit hard against him by the Dodgers, and that was the home run by Kike Hernandez. Outside of that, even that one wasn't hit very hard off the end of the bat and just found the line.
Now Bellinger 0 for 2. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. For the Dodgers, that was the 90th double of the season. And they lead the National League with 92 base hits. And for Seager, it was his 12th. Grandal on deck. One ball, one strike. Bellinger at 284. Shift on the right side of the infield. 1-2. So this is Cody's 24th major league game. 1-2. Gordon in short right, and a little bloop into center field that's going to drop in front of Yelich for a hit. Seager jogs to third. The Dodgers have first and third, one out.
Well, Seager couldn't score on this ball because he wasn't quite sure if it was going to reach Yelich or if he was going to have a play on it. So there's really just no need to worry about scoring, making sure it falls in and just go to third.
Well, with a 9-run deficit, do nothing risky.
No.
One out, Grandal 0 for 2. He's bounced to second, popped to third. Dodgers need much more than just a spark. They need a blowtorch. Trailing by 9, it's 2 balls and no strikes. The Yasmani Grandal. And Straley continues to be very stingy. Just 83 pitches through 5 1/3. There's a line drive, base hit into right. That's going to roll to the wall. Seager scores easily. Bellinger will be held at third. Grandal arrives at second. It is now 10-2. Another double for the Dodgers for Grandal, his 11th.
Grandal has been swinging such a hot bat, especially with the balls down in the zone. Here's a breaking ball that was going down. He keeps his head on it, stays on it, and drives it down to right field. Right now, when you're down by this much, it's all about station-to-station baseball. Dodgers are just looking to keep it going.
Gonzalez coming up, and Brad Ziegler is beginning to loosen his submarining arm in the Marlin bullpen. Gonzalez 0 for 2. It's 10-2. No balls and a strike to Adrian Gonzalez. So Grandal with a hard hit double. Gonzalez takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Adrian went through something the past week. He hopes he never has to go through again. Spend time on the disabled list and then a rehab assignment. First time in his career on the disabled list. Second and third, 0-2. Chris Taylor on deck. Big crowd at Dodger Stadium, pretty near a sellout tonight. And Gonzalez down on strikes. 6th strikeout of the game for Straley. The second time Gonzalez goes down swinging. 2 out here in the 6th. Chris Taylor coming up. Now 7 strikeouts for Straley. And Taylor, who has walked and grounded out, coming up. Jock Peterson on deck. Dodgers and Marlins wrap it up tomorrow. First pitch at 1:10. We know for sure it's going to be Brandon McCarthy for the Dodgers, we think, because it's not been formally announced. Vance Worley, just called up today, in fact, will start for the Marlins tomorrow, though they have not made it official. Taylor swings and fouls it back. And then on Monday for the Dodgers, their second day off since April 20th. Here's the 0-1. Taylor takes high and inside. This is the 44th game of the season for the Dodgers as Taylor swings and misses. It's 1-2. Peterson's next. He sure would love to get a shot at it here in the 6th. Bellinger's at third, Grandal at second. 2-2. Bradley double checking on the count with home plate umpire Dana Dubuque. Chris Taylor, 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Fouls it off to the right and out of play.
Chris Taylor coming into today's game had reached base in 18, had reached base safely in 18 consecutive games. His first at bat walked, so continued that streak to 19.
And a .453 on base percentage. Ross Stripling warming in the Dodger pen, so well, he didn't work very much last night. 2-2. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Taylor starting at third base tonight. And the 3-2. Straley tonight has struck out 8 and walked only 2. 3-2 with 2 out. And Taylor is making a nuisance of himself. Next pitch will be the 9th of this at-bat. Full count, 2 out. A Seager double, a Bellinger single, and a Grandal double. Into right, slicing toward the corner, foul. Well, that would have been 2 more runs, and suddenly the game starts to get interesting.
Chris Taylor battling. What'd you say, 10 pitches already? Come off, it feels like 10.
Next pitch will be the 10th.
There you go.
When Taylor makes contact, the ball jumps off his bat, even foul balls. 3-2, and he wins the battle. The bases are loaded. Jock Peterson coming up with a chance to make this game very interesting.
Jock Peterson.
That's going to be the end of the line, apparently, for Dan Straley. Brad Ziegler, the Submariner, is on his way in. And he'll be facing Peterson with the bases loaded, 2 out of the bottom of the 6th, with the Marlins leading it 10-2.
The Dodgers play host to the St. Louis Cardinals. Be the first 40,000 fans in attendance and receive a Jock Peterson bobblehead, courtesy of the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
The Dodgers looking to get back into this game. Brad Ziegler, his 20th appearance, a veteran right-hander. This year an ERA of .661. Opponents hitting .323 against him. Marlins lead at 10-2, bases loaded, 2 out. Bellinger and Grandal and Taylor. Peterson 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts against Ziegler in his career. Throw goes behind him to the backstop, and in to score is Bellinger. It's 10-3. All charity happily accepted.
And this was a major miss by Brad Ziegler, coming in and just right behind Jock Peterson.
If this was last night,
right, you'd scratch your head a little bit, but that one definitely gets away from him.
Jock Peterson 0 for 2 tonight. Takes a strike. And it's 1-1. Peterson 6 for 21 with runners in scoring position. That's 286. Takes inside, 2-1. Hernandez on deck. A base hit here, and the Dodgers get within shouting distance. Inside, 3-1. Kike Hernandez, who homered in his last at-bat, is on deck. Three and one, 2 out. 3-2. Grandal at third, Taylor at second. Peterson on 3-2 asks for time. Chalk with 1 home run this year. Pops it up into short right. Gordon retreating. That'll do it. Dodgers score a couple, leave 2. We go to the 7th. Marlins 10 and the Dodgers 3. who put his ribs in the way of a A.J. Ramos 95-mile-an-hour fastball last night. Ross Stripling comes into the game. It was Stripling who would be ejected following Eibner's being hit by a pitch. Eibner's in the game now in center field. Double switch. So Peterson is out. And Eibner will bat in the bottom of the seventh. And Stripling is the fourth Dodger pitcher of the night. Derek Dietrich to lead it off. The 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Marlins. Baez went an inning, gave up a hit, and struck out 2. And now Stripling delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Stripling threw all of 4 pitches last night. The fourth and final, he would be ejected. 1-1. Dietrich, Riddle, and Ziegler is due to hit, but the lefty Marlon Garcia is warming up in the Marlin bullpen. Dietrich with a fly ball to left. Bellinger's there. Now it's time for the Arco top tier play of the game, brought to you by Arco. And JT Riddle, in his last at bat in the 5th, cracked his 2nd home run of the year. 10 runs and 12 hits for the Marlins, 3 runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. Riddle tonight. Single, double, home run. And a ground ball slowly hit to second. Utley. So 2 out. And it's always fun to watch this fella get into the batter's box. Ichiro.
Pitch hitter number 51, Ichiro Suzuki.
Who in all likelihood, when his career is finally up, maybe another 10-15 years away he's going, will be in the Hall of Fame on either side of the Pacific.
Doesn't he say he wants to play till he's 50?
Yeah. I want to live to be 100. So. 2 balls, no strikes. He's got a better chance than I do. Two balls, 1 strike. There's nothing in this game this guy can't do. And if he had chosen to be a power hitter, you watch him in batting practice. You want to hit home runs? Oh, he'll hit home runs. Here's the 2-1. Into Seager's glove, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3. At the 7th inning stretch, the Marlins 10 and the Dodgers 3.
for the Unlimited Baseball Break, brought to you by T-Mobile. A couple injury updates for you. Logan Forsythe playing in his 5th rehab game in Rancho tonight, scheduled to go 7 innings at third base. So the plan is for him to return on Tuesday to LA to play third base for the Dodgers, dealing with that fractured toe. And then Kenta Maeda had his rehab start with Rancho last night, went 4 innings, 62 pitches. He allowed 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 strikeout. So he's dealing with the hamstring, but according to Kenta today, he's feeling pretty good, so he's ready to go.
So Dave Roberts is hoping that Maeda will be pitching sometime in the week ahead. Forsythe had the broken toe, and while he was rehabbing, he pulled the hamstring a little bit. That seems to be on the mend, and we'll see Forsythe on Tuesday. This is Harlan Garcia making his first appearance against the Dodgers. Out of the Dominican Republic. It's the first time we've had a chance to see him. 12 strikeouts, 3 walks in 12 1/3. Be too easy to say he's Harlan the Marlin, but we won't. But it's too easy. Kike Hernandez homered in the 5th inning. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 1. Well, the Dodgers have 9 outs left to try to figure out how to come up with 7 or more runs. Brett Eibner came in part of the double switch, is on deck. And through the middle, Kike Hernandez singles to center to begin the 7th.
Well, Kelly was talking about Kike Hernandez before the game, talking to Dave Roberts about utilizing Kike in all sorts of different positions and also hitting him in different parts of the lineup. And he says Dave Roberts touched on really likes Kike's approach as of late too, hitting the ball to all fields. He feels like he can put him in different parts of the lineup, and he also likes the fact that he has the versatility on the defensive side to put him anywhere.
Batting 8th tonight. He was the cleanup hitter last night, and in the 3rd inning last night, he banged a single right through the pitcher's legs into center field. So here's Brett Eibner, who no doubt had an ice bag on his ribs last night after taking that fastball. Here's the 0-1. 0-2. I'm sure it's not the most comfortable feeling to swing through a pitch, having been plunked in the ribs the night before. Low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Signed as a free agent with the Marlins back in 2010. And this at long last is his rookie season in the major leagues. 2-2. Rockies won today. Arizona is winning in San Diego, and Eibner is down on strikes.
Second baseman number 26, Chase Utley.
And in 13 today, the Giants beat the Cardinals 3-1. Giants are beginning to show some signs of life. They've won 8 of 11. Now Utley, 1 on, 1 out in the bottom half of the 7th.
Right now they're talking to first base umpire. You're going to throw over there. They're like, was the first baseman on the bag? You can't just throw over there unless he's over there as if to receive it. So they were checking to see if he was close enough, or does that look like it?
Paul Narek. Oh, hello.
Bohr was like, okay, thank you.
Utley takes high and outside. Seager's on deck, and then Bellinger to follow. On a night in which, frankly, the Marlins have dominated from the first pitch of the game. It was a line single to center by D. Gordon. And 2 1/3 innings later, Urias was out. Thrown 71 pitches. And it was just a rugged night. And a fly ball to right. Right at Stanton. So Giancarlo Stanton's night. 3 doubles to left, center, and right. And nobody was throwing at him. So all in all, he's had a better night tonight than he did last. Seager struck out, walked, doubled, and scored a run. Low and outside. Corey at 297. Certainly showing no signs of any sophomore jinx this year at all. The unanimous selection, Rookie of the Year last year. And Bellinger is on deck as Seager swings and misses. Double clutched on an off-speed pitch. One and two. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dodgers and Marlins wrap up the 4-game series tomorrow. First pitch at 1:10. Seager takes inside and high, 3-2. Off day Monday, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday the Cardinals. Next weekend Memorial Day with the Cubs. 3-2. Fly ball well hit to left center field. It's on its way, and it's gone. A home run. Corey Seager's 7th home run of the year. A 2-run shot, has 23 runs batted in on the year, and the Dodgers are inching closer. It's 10-5.
There was a time where Corey Seager was struggling a little bit with his swing. Coming in the month of May, he was hitting around 200. Dave Roberts gave him a day off. Not just a physical, but probably also a mental break. That day off over there in San Francisco. And since then, he has been swinging the bat a whole lot better. Nice swing, nice drive. Left center. Speaking of left center, timeout right now as the beach ball gets on the field. But a great swing by Corey Seager.
Now has 7 home runs and 23 runs batted in. Bellinger coming up. He's got 8 home runs and 23 runs batted in. They estimated that home run at 405 feet. Bellinger tonight is 1 for 3 and a run scored. The Marlins led it 10-0 after 4.5. It's now 10-5. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, this has a chance to get interesting down the stretch. And Bellinger with a fly ball to right. On its way. Back to back. Corey and Cody, the C&C boys. It's 10-6. Bellinger, his 9th home run and his 24th run batted in.
Well, we already talked about Cody Bellinger coming into today's game with 8 home runs, the quickest in Dodger history. Sure, it's the 9th as well. Keeps just adding to the history books and keeps getting the fans here at Dodger Stadium on their feet as they appreciate that one.
Seager 23, Bellinger 21. And between them, 16 home runs. 10-6. Now Grandal gets under it. Into short left. Osuna having trouble. And finally the shortstop Riddle makes the catch. And that ends the inning. Seager and Bellinger go back to back. Dodgers have pulled to within 4 as we head to the 8th. And the closest you came to a fly ball was about 70 feet. Well, you just saw the home runs hit by Kike and Corey Seager. That guy caught the first one, and the same guy caught the second one. It doesn't get any better than that, does it?
That's a good day.
Oh, man.
Hey, you went to the Dodger game. Did you enjoy it?
Twice as much as you did.
Yeah. Did you hey, where were you sitting? Oh, I was sitting in the outfield. Did you catch a ball? Matter of fact, I caught 2.
How about that? And the woman last night who caught the home run ball in her hat between two guys who were also trying to catch the home run ball with a hat.
I mean, you just got to appreciate the Dodgers being very thoughtful for the fans, giving them souvenirs, hitting them out there for them.
Oh, you're good. We go to the 8th. D. Gordon leading it off. Dodgers 10-6. Seager and Bellinger go back-to-back. Dodgers 3 home runs on the night, and at one point trailed 10-0. But they still have 6 outs left. Seager with his 7th home run of the year. Now 23 runs batted in. And there's Bellinger with 9 and 24. And that's basically in the same area last night. 3 hats. Look what I got. Some guy had a pointer. You know, you really caught it.
Yeah. They were all looking for it. Where'd it go?
But you wouldn't let go of the beer.
Oh, the things you can do with a Modelo.
And that fella, a twofer. D. Gordon on 2-2. Lofts one to short center. Watch out! Bellinger makes the catch in front of Eibner.
That was one of those scary ones. Did you see that in between the outfielders and both of them going full board to try to make that play? Just so happy that they did not make contact with each other.
Well, we keep numbers for everything, including tonight's attendance. One ball, no strikes to Christian Yelich. 3rd sellout of the season here at Dodger Stadium, 52,850. And that does not include the 558 dogs on 3-dog night at Dodger Stadium. They were parading around the warning track prior to the game and enjoying the ball game. And just walk with your head down a little bit on the way out tonight. There's the 1-1 outside corner for a strike. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. We'll do it again. And the Dodgers were down 10-0 after 4.5. Now it's 10-6. And whenever I think of improbable comebacks, I think of the 4 home runs and your ding dong. How many years ago was that now? What year was that?
2007. No, wait a minute. I'm wrong.
Long time.
06, sorry.
Was it 6?
Yeah, 06.
Ooh. Well,
but how about the Dodgers had one earlier against the Phillies?
And last year in Colorado, when Tolles hit the grand slam in the 9th. Andrew, of course, is facing knee surgery in the next few days and is done for the year. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top half of the 8th. Yelich 0 for 2, 2 walks and a run scored. He's the only Marlin without a hit tonight. Marcell Ozuna And then Giancarlo Stanton. Yelich down on strikes. There's 2 out. And here comes Ozuna.
13, Marcell Ozuna.
Dodgers have just been hanging around and hanging around after the Marlins scored a run in the first, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. But then the Dodgers come back with a run in the fifth, 2 in the sixth, and 3 in the seventh. So it's 10-6. One ball, 1 strike. Up the middle into center field for a base hit. Marcell Ozuna, his 3rd hit of the night. 2 out, and Giancarlo Stanton coming up.
Right field, number 27, Giancarlo Stanton.
Stanton is 3 for 4. Doubles to left, center, and right. Lifting his average to 269. Dodgers have Gonzalez, Taylor, and a pinch hitter for Stripling in the bottom of the 8th. He can hit him real far. And it left a mark. One and 0 to Stanton. 2-0. Be a quick turnaround for these 2 teams. First pitch tomorrow afternoon at 1:10. Two balls and a strike. Off day for the Marlins on Monday. Then they go up to Oakland. The 2-1 strike outside corner at the knees. 2-2. This is probably not exactly how Stripling had envisioned his career path, but he is really turning out to be that serviceable bridge guy to pitch you an inning or 2 or 3 out of the pen.
Whatever's asked of him. He, came up as a starter with the Dodgers. Got an opportunity, took advantage of that opportunity. This year needed to be the long man. Put in the bullpen. That's what they thought, he was only going to be a long man out of the bullpen. And Dave Roberts puts him in the high leverage situations and really trusts him.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Struck him out swinging. Stripling strikes out Stanton. Strikes out 2 in the 8th. Dodgers have 6 outs left. Can they score 4 or more?
Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet postgame presented by your Southern California Nissan dealers. The guys are just as entranced by all the puppies as we have been, guys. Can't get enough of them.
Well, we've got quite a game going, and the Dodgers trailing it now 10-6 after being down 10-0 after 4.5.
23,
Adrian Gonzalez will lead it off. David Phelps is now on in relief for the Marlins. This is his 19th appearance with an ERA of a shade over 4. Gonzalez, Taylor, and then a pinch hitter, Sergio Romo, warming in the Dodger pen. Gonzalez 0 for 3 tonight. And it's 1 ball, no strikes to Adrian Gonzalez. One and one to Adrian Gonzalez. David Phelps came up with the Yankees in 2012 and has been with the Marlins the last 2 seasons. Now this is 3rd. 1-2 to Gonzalez. Dodgers hoping for a most improbable of comebacks. Down 10. They've moved to within 4. Dodgers still have Austin Barnes and Yasiel Puig on the bench. Puig, of course, came out of the game last night in the 4th inning. Had some issues with his lower back. Phelps on 1-2. Just low. The Marlin bullpen this year ranks 9th in the league, a 4.13 ERA. But Gonzalez is down on strikes. And the Dodgers are down to their final 5 strikes, or 5 outs.
Third baseman number 3, Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor coming up, and Austin Barnes in the on-deck circle. Taylor's walked twice and bounced out. And a chopper to short. Easy play for Riddle. Two out, and now Barnes going to pinch hit for Stripling.
Pinch hitter number 15, Austin Barnes.
Stripling, 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And Romo will pitch the 9th. One ball, 1 strike to Austin Barnes. .250 with 1 home run, 6 runs batted in. 1-2. Hernandez, who homered back in the 5th, is on deck. A ball and 2 strikes to Barnes. Time called. Dana DeMuth in his 33rd big league season, the crew chief, calling balls and strikes tonight. Barnes takes outside. It's 2-2. Phelps missing outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Remember Nathan Eovaldi with the Dodgers for a time? Martin Prado's on the disabled list. And Phelps came from the Yankees for Eovaldi. Prado, of course, is on the DL with a bad hamstring, and he's one of those guys who can play all over the field. Just has to stay on it. Phelps on 3-2 with 2 out. This is low and outside, ball 4. So Barnes a 2-out walk.
Right fielder, number 14, Kike Hernandez.
Hernandez 2 for 3 tonight and has scored 2. His home run to center, his 3rd of the season. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes, and now Real Muto wants to get on the same page as David Phelps.
Well, if the Dodgers can find a way to get a run across the board after getting 2 outs, those 2-out rallies, just to put 1, I think would really carry some momentum going into the 9th inning.
Two balls and no strikes. Into right. But there is Stanton. And that's going to do it. No runs, no hits, a walk and a man left. We go to the 9th. Romo coming in. Marlins lead it 10-6.
the sun out of your child's eyes? Bring them to Dodger Stadium at 1:10 tomorrow when the boys in blue face the Marlins. The first 12,000 kids 14 and under will receive their own set of Dodger sunglasses, compliments of New Balance. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Here we're talking about big comebacks. Of course, the Dodgers are down 10-0. It's 10-6 as we go to the ninth. Romo in. 16 years ago in August, I was doing this game with ESPN. You remember that? ESPN.
I do.
Remember
vaguely.
Your growing list. The Indians trailed 12-0 after 3 innings. And then 14-2 after 5. And came from behind to beat the Mariners 15-14 in 10. So it's been done. But the Dodgers now down to their final 3 outs. Justin Bour is 1 for 4. One ball, one strike. Real Muto on deck. Dietrich to follow. And Romo. This is outside. 2-1. For Romo, this is his 18th appearance. An .810 earned run average, and opponents hitting .294 against him. Now 3-1. Rounded up the first base line and past Perry Hill, longtime first base coach of the Marlins, and generally acknowledged as one of the best infield coaches in the game. Freddie Gonzalez, the former Braves manager, is the third base coach. Bour leading it off in the ninth. Facing the shift on the right side. Doesn't matter. He's down on strikes. First out of the ninth inning.
Catcher number 11, JT Real Muto.
Sergio Romo doing a good job keeping this ball down in the zone. There was a pitch before where he just missed getting the call down in the zone. I'm sure Justin Bour knew that it just missed, so then he starts that one off in the same spot. So he's like, I'm not taking a chance. Gets a nice swing and a miss.
Real Muto is 1 for 3 and a walk and a run scored. He's also driven in a run. 10 runs, 13 hits for the Marlins, 6 runs, 7 hits for the Dodgers. Into short right center. Eibner calling off Kike. 2 out. In the bottom of the ninth, Dodgers needing 4 to tie. Eibner, Utley, Seager, and then Bellinger. Much like the 4 home run game in your walk-off in what, 10, 11 years ago. There were very few people left in the stands as the comeback was mounting. And then Kent and Drew hit the back-to-back, and Russell Martin, Marlon Anderson, and all those red lights heading out toward the exit became brake lights, and then bright lights as they were making U-turns. And then, of course,
and they had to open the gates to let him back in.
Almost 5,000 people they let back in because it would have been a storm otherwise. And then, of course, The Padres score a run in the top of the 10th. What are we doing here? And then what? Lofton led off with the walk.
He did.
And then you hit it out. I'm also remembering that game in Cleveland in 2001, which we did. And again, it's 12-0 after 3. It's a Wednesday night game. And then 14-2 after 5. And on a good night in Cleveland in those days, they didn't draw anybody. Except the one guy. Remember the bass drum guy in Cleveland?
Yes.
John Adams was his name. And he'd been hitting that bass. He's probably doing it tonight even with nobody in the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So there's no crowd noise except this boom, boom. He did not stop for the final 6-7 innings. And I always wondered, hey, got 2 free tickets to an Indians game. That's the good news. The bad news is you have to sit next to him. John Adams.
Keep you awake.
The 2-2 outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's what makes this game so wonderful. There is no clock. There's no 4-corner offense. Can't spike the ball. 27 outs. Shift on the right side for Derek Dietrich. Count is 3-2. Drilled into right field for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Dietrich here in the 9th.
Shortstop number 39, JT Riddle.
Well, as JT Riddle steps in, he's got a single, a double, and a home run. The Marlins are the only team to have never hit for the cycle. Well, Riddle with a triple can put an end to that. If Riddle can keep the inning alive, Tyler Moore is in the on-deck circle. Promo wants to give the Dodgers a chance. Going to the bottom of the 9th is 10-6. And a fly ball to center field. Drifting back is Eibner. He's underneath it. And the Dodgers have 3 outs left. Try to come up with 4 or more. 10-6, heading to the home half of the 9th.
brought to you by BMW. See a Southern California BMW Center today for exceptional offers or visit SoCalBMW.com.
Last licks for the Dodgers, and here's Kyle Bearclaw out of Santa Clara. His 18th appearance, a 3.12 ERA, and he's held the opposition to a meager .215 batting average. Brett Eibner took one in the ribs last night. Looking for a measure of revenge. Into the 9th inning we go. Utley, Seager, Bellinger after him. It was 10-0 after 4 1/2. And a strike, 0-1. Then the Dodgers stiffened up and came up with a run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and 3 in the 7th. No balls, 2 strikes. Brett Eibner. Low and outside, 1-2. We think it was the recently called up Vance Worley who will start for the Marlins tomorrow. They have not made that official. Eibner fouls it back. We know Brandon McCarthy will start for the Dodgers. And an off date Tuesday. The Cardinals, who've been hot. Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here. A 1-2. Eibner to third. That's Dietrich. And that's the first out of the 9th. Chase Utley coming up.
Second baseman number 26, Chase Utley.
0 for 4 tonight. Third time this year he batted leadoff. Seager on deck. Rockies lost today, so the Dodgers will not lose ground to Colorado. But Arizona rolled over the Padres 9-1 down in San Diego tonight. So the Dodgers are likely to fall to third. Colorado would lead Arizona by 1 and the Dodgers by 2. Brett Eibner and Turner Ward, his hitting coach. Two and 1. And Bellinger strikes again tonight. His 9th home run. Three and 1. Dodgers need base runners, and they've got 2 outs left. To short. Perfectly positioned is Riddle. And the Dodgers are down to their final out.
Shortstop number 5, Corey Seager.
Seager tonight, 2 for 3, a home run, a double, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored. He's also walked. And that fella's the big winner. He caught 2 home runs tonight. Sitting out there in the pavilion, he brings his glove and catches 2 home run balls. It's Mr. Clean. He had the best seat in the house tonight. And that is going to do it. Seager bounces out. The Dodgers bid for a big comeback, falls short. Marlins 10 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Dodgers 6 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Dodgers fall to 25-19. That is a wrap for us from all of us in the booth. Delmar, we will talk to you again tomorrow. In the meantime, stay tuned for Access Sportsnet, brought to you by your Southern California Nissan dealers.